Living in a daydream. Ooh, such a sweet thing. Life on the big screen. It's such a beautiful scene, yeah.
You know, as a filmmaker, one of the hardest parts of our job is finding music that really matches the vibe we're going for. I've been down that rabbit hole, hours of searching, only to land on tracks that are fine, but not perfect. And that's why 5 years ago, we switched to MusicBed and never looked back. The moment we started using MusicBed, we realized they're not just another generic licensing platform. They've redefined what music should be for filmmakers because the tracks are authentic, emotional, and made by real artists. You can really feel the difference. They've also set this insane standard for quality too. They are very picky about the amount of artists they accept. So it's not like you're just sifting through fluff. Everything is highly curated. And their new AI-powered search tool is amazing. I can find the perfect track in minutes instead of hours. So if you're ready to elevate your work and win more clients over, click the link below and head over to MusicBed and start your 14-day free trial today. Trust me, it's a total game changer for filmmakers like us. Happy November.
Yeah, not quite Thanksgiving.
Almost.
But I mean, we're halfway through November.
Yeah, crazy.
It's almost December.
How was your weekend?
What did we do? We went to the gala.
We did.
We did go to the
You
gala.
say gala or gala?
I've heard gala. You say gala.
I say gala because I'm from the
In
South, and
Swi-
they say it gala, but I think it's their accent, not the proper term.
I've heard gala, gala, and then I think I heard Gary Vee say gala, and I was like, gala just sounds the most.
I think it is gala.
It's the most middle.
I think
in-between
gala is for
blend.
the accent, the gala.
The gala.
It's the gala.
And then the gala is like,
Yeah.
another accent. So yeah, the gala.
Yeah, gala.
Went to the
Whippa.
the Whippa gala. We didn't go to the one last year. This is our first one
Yeah.
that we were in attendance, and it was really fun.
It was great. Good time.
Very valuable
Yeah.
too.
It's
Met a
cool.
lot of really
Venetian
people.
masquerade.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
wear our Venetian masks.
Yeah. No. But it was cool.
We bought them, and then we showed up.
I
and-
really thought it wasn't going to be like I have this trauma. I think I've said on the podcast where I show up in elementary school to a Halloween party
yeah,
a day
and everyone
early.
else- yeah.
Yeah. So I always had that fear attached to me.
That you'd be the only one.
Yeah. So I also just thought I was like, yes, that's the thing, but it said optional. So I'm like, who's actually going to wear a Venetian masquerade mask? Everyone, apparently.
Everyone wore one,
except
yeah.
for us.
Yeah, no, there were some
So-
people that had the full
Yeah,
the
it was
bird
awesome.
mask. Yeah, and you couldn't tell
Yeah.
who they were.
Yeah, so for those
yeah.
wondering, Josh Berman texted us last night, and because he saw that we were at the Whippa Gala,
Gala.
and he's like, "Is Whippa worth it?" We learned from Whippa about Whippa through LaRev, as
Yeah.
basically just one of those networking communities,
Right.
and they have chapters in all over the country. We're not being paid to say this, by the way. Just for those of you looking for a networking option,
Yeah.
we've had a good experience with Whippa
Whippa's
so
been
far.
awesome. Yeah.
Made some good connections.
Made some great connections.
And at its core, it's just the best place to get FaceTime with the right people.
Yeah, and I mean, at the very end of the day, if you only meet one or two people, but those two people are just
Yeah.
in it for the long haul for the next however long you're in the game, like it's a great place to meet.
Which has
some
been
people.
our experience,
Yeah.
really. Just, a small
Just
handful,
a few
valuable people.
Very,
Yeah.
very, very few people that are just really valuable.
We also met like cool people. Like we met a content creator.
Yeah.
Who's killing it. We want to have her on the
She
podcast.
will be on the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just cool. It's just fun. It's just a great time to
Yeah.
not really push your business card, but like just kind of get
No.
FaceTime with people. So
Yeah. You're meeting DJs, you're meeting photographers,
Yeah.
planners, content creators,
yeah.
people who do catering.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I think, I want to make us new business cards
oh yeah.
for 2025.
What did you think of that?
Just now.
Nothing to do with the gala?
No, I just want new business cards.
What was the train of thought to get there?
I said, don't push your business card.
Oh, that's what made you think about
Yeah.
making a new
I
business
think I'm in
card.
black. With
I do like the
our other
black.
symbol. And
The-
then
the R- the
unique
RV.
Jake and Nate ones, yeah.
The black would be cool.
And then we should make a reel when we get them, re-imitating the Patrick Bateman American Psycho scene where they're comparing business cards on the table.
I can't picture the
Christian
scene right
Bale. Very nice.
now. I can't picture
I'll
the
show it to
scene
you
right
after.
now.
They're all the exact same business card, but they're like
Yeah.
slightly different, so they're all comparing and they're all like super jealous of each other's. So we'll do that video when it comes out. Anyway.
Yeah, no, the gala was great. I can't remember what else did I do on what did you do on Friday?
No idea.
You got back from Arizona on Thursday?
I
right?
think Friday was a catch-up day, man. I don't know what I did on Friday.
Isn't that crazy? We can't even remember what we
I
did.
ordered pizza. Oh, I got a haircut. We went to lunch.
We did go to lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
I
sushi.
saw you on Friday.
We went to sushi on Friday.
Yeah.
Saida. Yeah.
I got a haircut, got sushi, did some shopping, caught up on emails.
Yeah, that's right.
And I went and saw the new Here movie that night.
The what movie?
Here.
Here.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Didn't you see Heretic last week?
I did.
Sucked?
It was good. First half was good.
First half.
Then the second half ruined the first half.
So walk out right at the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. But Gladiator 2 this week
Okay.
and Wicked.
Wicked.
And the guy,
What are your thoughts on Wicked?
the guy, George, who I follow, the movie review guy,
Oh, yeah.
who hates musicals, by the
Yeah.
way, always reviews them bad. He just reviewed it. He had an early screening. He says it's the best movie of the year.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Really?
He said, I am surprised that this is the best movie of the year for me.
Have you ever seen it on Broadway?
Yeah, once.
I've never seen it. I've heard
It was
it's
good.
great.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was amazing. So it was emotional, amazing, a spectacle to watch.
Really?
So they're hoping it's the next Barbenheimer. That's what they're
Yeah.
hoping the box office this weekend is, that like everyone goes and sees both.
Gladiator and Wicked?
Yeah, because everyone saw Oppenheimer and Barbie,
Yeah,
and it was a box office just like smash. And so we'll be seeing both those this weekend.
The Wicked Gladiator combo.
Yeah.
Man, is it embarrassing that I really don't know like the plot of Wicked? I know Wizard of Oz, but
So
like,
I
what's
found
the
this out
Wicked?
today. It's
Yeah.
actually, it's not a prequel. It's fan fiction that became a Broadway play, and then they didn't think it'd become a phenomenon. It did. So it's not canon to
Oh.
Wizard of Oz, but it's fan fiction that's pretty much in harmony with the Oz lore.
Well, what is it? Like, what is it?
It's
like,
it's the origin story of Glinda, the bubble fairy in the Wizard of
Yeah,
Oz,
yeah.
and the Wicked Witch.
but she's not a wicked witch.
She is.
She is.
This is her origin story.
I
The
thought.
green lady.
I know. I know she's the green. Yeah. No, but I thought, okay, that makes sense. But I just don't know. I've never seen Wicked on Broadway. I've
Yeah.
never done. So I thought that Wicked was like some spin-off of trying to show like the witch. She's not actually, the bad character. The evil wizard in Oz is the bad
Yes.
guy, and she's somehow good, and it got twisted.
She was good. This is her crashing out story.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and his Oz's story is very interesting in this play. It's like his whole premise is like people need to be controlled.
Yeah.
And if I give them a common enemy, they come together. So he makes Oz as the dictator figure solely for all of his constituents to work together as a society and hate the dictator. But he created that because he knows that's the only way people work together is if they'll squabble, unless there's a common enemy, then they'll work together. And so he gave them a common enemy, which is kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
I like a good musical.
Me too.
I didn't used to be a musical guy until Greatest Showman. Remember that one?
Wow, that was your first one.
No, like first one that I really enjoyed though.
Wow.
I was like, damn,
Not
this
Les
is good.
Mis.
Okay, Les Mis was good.
I grew up on Les Mis.
Les Mis was good.
Grew up on that.
Les Mis was good.
Lovely ladies.
Man,
Worst part of that.
you got to watch Suits. I'm telling you right now,
Okay,
you
I'll
got to
watch
watch Suits. Something made me laugh the other day. I'm on like season 3 right now, and there's a character in Suits. His name's Lewis, and he made this comparison the other day, and I forgot what the exact lead up to this line was, but he's just like, "Oh, come on," he's like, "I look about as guilty as Jean Valjean with a loaf of bread in his pants right now." And I was like, that's a great comparison. As guilty as Jean
Very
Valjean
specific joke.
with bread in his pants, right?
That's good.
No, Les Mis. Yeah, Les Mis is probably
love
the
Les
first. Greatest Showman, really.
Greatest Showman was
Love
amazing.
that one.
Both Hugh Jackman led.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love my Hugh.
I still haven't seen La La Land.
Oh, that's
It's a hard watch.
no, that's peak. That's
Peak.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah,
You got
I haven't watched
Does
it.
Kale like La La Land or
She doesn't like
musicals?
musicals now.
Oh,
Dude, she doesn't like theater.
that's fair.
But
I'm a
neither.
theater kid, so
But neither do I per se.
Yeah.
But I enjoy going to the theater to see like a Christmas show. I love going to Hill Center Theater, seeing
Have
like
you
Scrooge.
have you been to St. George, the amphitheater?
Yeah, I've been there before.
Did you see Beauty and the Beast?
I didn't see Beauty and the Beast. No.
It was a spectacle.
See, I like that. Those are fun.
Yeah, we go to Hill all the time.
No, yeah, Kayla doesn't like plays. I'm just like, You don't have to feed
The
our
Les
kids.
Mis at Hale was better than any Les Mis I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah.
At Hale Center Theater.
Yeah.
They're building one right across from my
And
apartment.
the Doctor Who, Seussical the musical,
I
fantastic.
bet that was a great one.
And we went and saw Elf, the musical,
Really?
at the Hale. It was hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and Newsies. Gonna buy some pipes.
Yeah, the Newsies. Okay, the Newsies was good. And then they I've heard they do the Harry Potter one, and there's actually
I didn't see that.
I've heard maybe it's not Hale Center Theater, but there's a Harry Potter play, and they do the actual effects somehow.
Yeah.
Like people get sucked into.
No, it's crazy.
How do they do that?
know.
I don't know.
You know, Kayla and I on paper shouldn't be good friends,
You shouldn't be. No,
but we're great friends.
you shouldn't
love
be.
her.
In fact, you guys are pretty much the exact opposite. And I think
works.
there's some sort of clash that's like
It's you. You're
you're trying to understand each other. Like
We're both
why
in
don't
love
you
with
like
you,
this?
so we both have a common interest, and we're both spiritually and sexually attracted to this man. So it all works out for our benefit. We
I
come
guess
together that way, which also might be a reason we might have.
Why you clash?
Maybe haven't clashed yet. She just
Very unique.
she just is a wonder to me.
She's a wonder to me as well.
Yeah.
Every day I'm just like,
I'm always like, wow, I've never heard anyone with that take.
I've never even thought of that before.
Yeah, you have such a beautiful upbringing, but somehow traumatic from your description, but also great. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Yeah, for those listening who have no idea, this is my wife Kayla. For example, the trauma upbringing. We're coming around the corner here. Thanksgiving is a big traumatic experience. The turkey.
I'm glad you brought this up because I'll let you go first.
The turkey. I'm an American. I like some good Thanksgiving. You know, the cornucopia. I like a nice Thanksgiving cranberry. I like just the idea and just getting together with the playing football in the morning. I never thought about this. Growing up, my dad was always making the turkey. He makes the stuffing. He goes hard. He makes some good stuff. And when I met Kayla and I married Kayla, she had this complaint. She's like, "Oh, I hate Thanksgiving. Hates it. Doesn't won't even touch it with a 10-foot pole. I hate Thanksgiving. There's nothing good about it." And I'm like, "What about the food?" She's like, "I hate the food." I'm like, how can you hate food? What about the turkey? And then she gives her she does that sound. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, turkey is sticky. And I'm like, what?
I know what she's talking about.
And I didn't know what she talked about until she said that. And then that Thanksgiving, she's like, pay attention to when you bite on the turkey, no matter how moist it is, no matter how well it's cooked. When you bite down and you release, there's that little stick. And
Which
she's
you
like,
don't
I
get with
can't
chicken
stand
and
it.
ham and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a turkey thing.
So she's like, I can't stand turkey. And I would have never noticed that ever. And so you're making the turkey.
I'm on the chopping block this week. We're doing a Friendsgiving, and I'm in charge of making the turkey. And my only goal, I don't care if Sam and Dallin like it. They'll literally eat garbage, and then say, "Oh, this is the best thing I've ever had."
Best turkey ever.
They're girls as well. Not really concerned about them either. Easy to please. My wife, I know will love it. Nate, I know is actually the only person I know will actually give me an honest opinion. And if it's good, I value that opinion. But all I really care about this week is making this turkey good for Kayla. And I'm going with the smoked route because there's a fine line when you cook a turkey when it goes from that juicy to dry.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to get that perfect medium where it isn't sticky, but it isn't dried out. And I think smoked is the way to go. And if
Smoked is the way to go.
and I'll know when she bites into that, I'm gonna be staring at her with daggers, and I will be so offended and probably kill myself if she doesn't like it.
I can. You're at extreme odds right now. It's like a 99-1.
But imagine she likes it.
It's 26 years of apparent trauma.
So imagine she likes it.
No,
I will be on cloud 9.
If there are any listeners who have had similar experiences, maybe we'll try red meat. If you can help me help my wife like red meat, we've tried. Jake's a great cook of meats. We've tried.
But the way Kayla likes it is not.
You can't do it.
A chef can't
burnt.
do it. It needs to just be put in the oven, lava.
Yeah.
Does she like ham? Christmas ham?
No.
Damn.
No, it doesn't like ham either.
Because usually people who don't like turkey just
They like ham. Yeah, no, it doesn't like ham either.
Too fatty?
Yeah, ham's a tricky one. There's kind of like that outline of it. They kind of
best
like
part,
cut off. Yeah, no, like
The best part, you mean?
Okay,
What the flavor is?
She likes chicken, and don't even get me started because if I recently went on probation.
Let's have an intervention.
I went on probation for chicken the other day.
I heard about that.
Because
recently.
no, this was like 2 weeks ago. Because recently I'm a chicken thigh guy. Have you ever had have you had chicken thighs?
Yes, I make chicken thighs all the time.
The taste of chicken
on or skin off?
Skin on.
Yeah.
The taste of chicken
Fatty.
thighs.
I usually do skin off.
Well, I take it off after I cook. Yeah. But the taste of chicken thighs compared to chicken breast is very noticeable. And
Usually better.
Yeah, I think chicken thighs
There's
are
more
better.
flavor. Yeah.
So I'm buying chicken thighs lately, and so that is a huge problem when we go to the store because she sees me buying these fatty bone-in skin.
That's where the flavor comes from.
Everything that she doesn't like, she sees me and she just starts gagging the second she sees me pick it up. She gets chicken breast, and I cooked the chicken breast one time. And my biggest complaint, I guess, is turning into like a therapy.
Yeah, talk to me, Nathan.
Anyway, yeah. So the
chair reclines.
Yeah, just a huge stumbling block in our marriage is the chicken. Okay,
Sure.
You buy a 4-pound thing of chicken. When Kayla chops it up before cooking it, that 4 pounds turns into like 1 point something because she just carves off everything. Anything that is white or red, gone. It needs that just the chicken. So 2 weeks ago, she wasn't watching, and I just tossed it in, cooked it up, tasted amazing, but I gave her just a bowl, and she looks at every piece so incredibly close.
I love her.
And she saw just like one little crunchy part, and that little crunchy part led to her, not like crunchy, she calls it crunchy.
Fatty?
Not even. No, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like you see a regular little thing of chicken, and then it's just not perfect, and there's like a little other chicken kind of just hanging off it.
No, you're talking about.
I don't know how to explain it. It's not a perfectly cubed cut of chicken. And when you cook it, let's say it's just maybe it got cut up a little bit or something. It's not just a perfect piece.
Like a more,
Anything that's dangling off, even if it's chicken.
But if it's cooked, that's usually the best part.
For example,
it's like the burnt ends of a chicken.
For example, if you try to cut a piece of chicken and it doesn't cut all the way, so there's kind of like a little stringy, kind of attached, gone in the trash. And so she had a hard time eating that chicken because she inspected it and she found it to be not to her standard. No, this was chicken breast.
Oh.
No, she wouldn't even touch chicken thigh. No, I'm in the doghouse for the chicken thighs recently, actually.
I actually just threw out chicken thighs because I left them in our fridge for a few weeks. I forgot about them.
That's a shame.
I went to go look in the garage and it stunk like hell. But
yeah,
man, I love her.
We should probably get into the meat of the episode.
I love your wife. She's great. But man, issues.
I love her to death. Is
she coming tomorrow night?
I don't think she'll be there tomorrow night. She'll be there Wednesday.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make some fatty chicken breasts.
Good.
Good chicken breasts.
Good.
Anyway, Kenzie, I'm trying to think about faults I have with my wife. No, food-wise, Kenzie's not picky. She just doesn't like peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
That's really her only thing.
Crunchy?
And not a seafood girl.
Any? Oh, yeah, I know about
seafood.
seafood.
No, peanut butter, she'll eat Reese's Puffs. It's really just kind of like when it's too much, like a PB&J, which she'll actually eat that. Like Reese's, not a Reese's fan.
Which you're a huge
Reese's
fan.
Works out well.
Yeah, so you eat all the Reese's.
Nothing,
seafood,
that's really but seafood is kind of her.
Which you used to be anti-seafood.
I was.
And then you had some good sushi.
Mm-hmm.
But she won't even try the good sushi.
No, just doesn't really like the idea of it, the smell, the taste. So that's really it, which is fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Also tough though, because once you try a good sushi,
that's what I'm telling her. One day, she'll come around one day.
Good sushi roll.
I think once our daughter grows up and we're eating backwash and
yeah,
you know what I mean. We're kind of becoming those people who are
germs.
You give your daughter their drink, you get it back. There's some floaties. You're it's my kid.
Cares? Yeah,
I think once we get to that stage of life, Kenzie will eat anything.
That's when you'll pitch her on sushi.
Yeah, but anyways, any current events before we dive into some awkward moment stories that our listeners have submitted?
Current events.
A couple things. One announcement. Next week's episode will be featuring MK Films, which we're really excited.
Very excited about that.
And also happening next week will be our Black Friday sale. So anything we offer, anything we sell will be greatly discounted next week. So we'll have all those linked below now. You guys can kind of scout them out, bookmark them, But the sale, if this episode goes live Wednesday, the sale will be live probably Sunday or Monday. So, and that's our way of celebrating Thanksgiving, is by taking your money. I'm joking, but also, everything will be on a huge sale. I think we're going to be selling our online course for 80% off. So
Yeah.
pick that up.
Big savings.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
That's the only current. That's the only current thing I'd say.
Yeah, we have one wedding left this year.
December 29th.
Yep, and then nothing until March. So just really excited.
Stoked.
I'm really excited to spend December relaxing with family, catching up on our backlog. I'd love to have our backlog clear by that December 29th wedding. I think we have 4 edits. And then really excited just for January and February and most of March to just kind of like work on the back end.
Yeah.
I think for those listening, I know not everyone can afford this luxury, but what we've tried to make our business model to sustain as is to have 2 months off. I know some people have to you have to book weddings every month just to make ends meet, and I totally get that. But we try to overbook other months so that we can spend 2 or 3 months every year just refining our funnel, our business, making ads for next year, things like that. Not even talking about like educational revenue. I'm just saying our wedding revenue. We try to model it so that we can take these 2 months to just kind of refine our funnel. Yeah. I think everyone needs those months to really
do.
I mean, think about the success we've had this year, just refining that process to get the weddings we want. So whether that's like your off season or you just kind of spend some time each week, I encourage it.
Yeah. I'd say that's all the current events.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, kind of fun. No, yeah, that's it.
Well, I guess part of the Black Friday sale that we're going to announce here is our version volume 2 of our sound effects pack.
Yeah, that should be ready.
Is officially done. So we're just tidying up, putting a little bow on it.
Pretty much doubled it.
Yeah,
in size.
we did double
Almost,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
It is doubled in size.
Oh, is it officially?
Yeah, just a couple of little surprises I got
Great
for you that I'll tell you after. Double in size.
Just Nate that's moaning, please.
Yeah, I got a special session in my office.
I've heard this before. Sorry, guys.
So we have volume 2 of the sound effects pack.
So yeah, if you bought it, you'll get an email saying
exactly
you get it for free.
Yeah. Specifically tailored for wedding filmmakers. What do you say what happened to some awkward moments, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm very excited to hear.
All right, today we have some awkward moment stories. Looks like we got 3 submissions here from all 2 photographers, 1 videographer.
Okay.
Let's have you lead.
Okay.
Which one do you want to lead with?
I'll start with the number 1.
All right.
The photographer one.
Yep.
All right. So again, if you want to submit your story, link below. We'll read it here and react to it. Let's get it. We were working a wedding and it was going by beautifully. Then the reception happened, ... And so did alcohol. We find out the bride invited her ex, and when she saw him, she was very awkward about it. The night continues, people get more and more drunk, and it's time to get the bouquet toss out of the way. Where's the bride?
Oh, no.
After a little searching, we find her between a couple of tents, drunk and crying intensely with a couple of her friends about how much she misses her ex and how hard it is to see him at the wedding. My partner and I are standing right there, just in shock. Super uncomfortable stuff, but the bouquet toss has to happen. It doesn't, by the way.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
No.
I ask her if she would still like to pursue the bouquet toss, and she nods, gets up, and walks back into the tent, bouquet in one hand, wiping her tears with the other. She throws the bouquet into the crowd of girls, and the night goes on. Anyway, the bride and groom are still married. A couple of kids at this point, and they seem pretty happy together. Okay, good. I actually love that the ending
was a happy
was
ending.
included. Yeah. It was probably the alcohol talking, the booze talking.
It was probably the alcohol. Yeah.
Bringing back memories that you were definitely over.
It was probably the alcohol. Yeah. But I guess this brings up a bigger question is should you invite your exes to a wedding? No, you shouldn't.
No. Right?
I mean, I'm all for, go your separate ways. You can be on good terms, but
yeah.
I don't
as
know.
the guy, you can call me an insecure man. I don't care. I know my wife chose me. But if I'm there and I'm looking to the crowd during my vows and I see some guy she used to be with, I just don't want to see that.
Mm-hmm. I was once the ex who showed up to my ex's wedding.
One time I invited her to second shoot with me, I didn't tell him who it was, and he showed up, and it was one of his exes. It was this engagement shoot.
Small town around here. Small town in Draper,
Wait,
Utah.
you showed up to a wedding, though?
So, yeah, the girl that I dated in high school, she married a fellow Hawk. Okay, so I went to Alta.
Hawks fly
together. So the girl I dated in senior year, talked throughout my mission too. I got back from my mission. I broke it off. She got with another guy who I went to high school with that I was really close with. He was on my football team. Like I grew up with this guy, and they ended up getting married. And so
Broke out the window.
he was my really good friend, and I broke up on like good terms with her. And I was like, yeah, I'm happy. Sure, I'll show up. Why not? And I showed up, and like, ooh, I felt weird.
Because the family knows you.
Oh,
it's just weird.
Yeah, the family.
And what if people in the family like you better? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying in this scenario.
Yeah, probably shouldn't be talking about that. We'll talk after this. We'll talk after this. Who knows where this I don't know. But yeah, I was that guy. And I showed up and
Slimy.
Weird. I feel like I shouldn't have been there.
No.
I shouldn't have been.
No.
But I stayed till the end, man. I was there with the sparkler exit.
Wow.
I really stayed there the whole time. All my buddies were there too. Everyone was there, so I was hanging out with my boys.
I mean, you always hear those people like get divorced and they stay friends, and their wives become friends with the divorcee.
Yeah,
they're at the wedding. That's kosher.
But I just think as a rule of thumb, don't invite the exes to the wedding.
I think here's what I think.
Safe
truly, even if you're on good terms, don't go.
Yeah.
If you are on good terms, maybe send a gift, but just don't go.
Send a gift.
Like if that's like, you know.
So they always think of you, that gift.
Here's some lingerie. I know you like this. I know you like this color.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Or here's a toaster.
Yeah. Here's
next
toaster.
time you
use
burn
it every single day.
It's set to burn like you burned me.
You'll think of me.
Yeah. No, don't go.
Don't go. I also like what you slid into that story. The bouquet toss doesn't need to happen.
Yeah. In our usual way of attacking the person who submits the story.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to happen.
Yeah. And I don't even think they meant it that way. It was just, it just had to happen. But
it doesn't.
Yeah, if the planner
if the planner was saying and the bride's crying, the last thing I'm going to do is say, "Hey, we have a timeline.
Hey, get a grip.
Hey, I'm on the clock here.
Get a grip.
Yeah, get a grip. Okay, come on.
Not a good look. Stand up.
Put on your big girl pants. Do you want a suit pant?
Wipe those tears. We need to toss that bouquet. Yeah, I wouldn't stress the bride with that. No. I think 2024 has been pretty good in terms of like getting rid of things that don't need to be happening.
Yeah, having more awareness too.
I think we're starting to get rid of like the cake cutting if it doesn't need to happen. And what else? What else have we gotten rid of in 2024?
I really have seen like almost no garter tosses.
Yeah, garter toss. That's the big one. Thank goodness.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Bouquet, I'm honestly fine if it goes away too.
Yeah. It's just one of those things like I feel like it doesn't make it in the edit.
Yeah. Or it's just like a moment like so fast in the reception, you're like,
yeah. Cool.
And I feel like nowadays, too, the bouquet toss is pointed towards somebody. Have you seen those? Right, they're trying to give it to their friend who's engaged or getting engaged, and they know that they're next.
You're saying they're
and so
fixing.
I feel like they're
fixing the bouquet
just
toss.
hand it to them. Yeah. Some corruption happening in the wedding world.
There's some theories going on.
World.
People are whispering around about some...
Yeah.
All right. Well... Glad there was a happy ending.
I'm glad she was crying and not hooking up with the ex.
That's why I thought it was going to go to. I think I had flashbacks of that story we read of the groom.
I was like, if the bride's missing, just don't go look for her.
Yeah.
That's my rule of thumb.
I feel like we've had enough stories of disappearing around the corner of a tent with another person. I was like, the ex is going to be there. Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Still awkward. Okay. This next one is going to be from also a photographer. Buckle up. We got a long one.
Okay. I'm all yours.
Okay. From a photographer, awkward moments. I was hired to shoot a wedding like I normally do, go through the booking process. I have the engagement session, all the necessary meetings beforehand to establish a timeline and a plan with the bride and groom. They both seemed pretty normal for the most part, but on our last meeting before the wedding day, They explained that they were going to do things a little bit differently.
Everyone thinks they're so unique.
They do. They found it on Pinterest. Okay, they said that several of their guests don't dance, and so they were going to have a dinner reception and then have an after party afterwards for the guests that wanted to stay and dance.
I'm not mad about it.
Not mad about that either. No. I really didn't think anything of it, but I went on with the day. Well, the wedding day, it comes around. Wait, whoa. Okay, I really didn't think anything of it, but went on with the day. Well, the wedding day comes around, and I arrive only to find out that this is an entirely Amish wedding. The only thing, though, the only thing is that the bride and groom weren't Amish, Jacob.
Oh, so their guests can't dance by law.
I guess we'll find out. In case you aren't familiar, it's like she was listening to you. In case you aren't familiar with the Amish customs, which I wasn't either. But they are entirely against photo taking and dancing.
Well, it depends on your bishop, but I won't get into that now.
Maybe we'll have time to get into
I lived in Pennsylvania. The Walmarts I shopped at had troughs for horses. Horse and buggies were parked in the Walmart parking lots.
Okay, I was so torn what to do because I was hired by the bride to take photos, but I didn't want to offend a guest by pointing a camera at their face. Truly shocked.
Well, she's not Amish.
No, the photo.
So there's your workaround right there.
How would that be a workaround?
Like, you're not...
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, yeah, you're not Amish, so you don't have to...
Is that the rule?
Abide by...
Do they understand it
Amish
like that?
law? Yeah, right?
I don't know. Okay, truly shocked was an understatement. I approached the bride on a down moment, asked her how I can be the most respectful about taking photos while there were 1 million Amish people here. She told me she didn't care and she wanted the photos, candids of the guests, regardless, so it would be fine and just to take photos of them and they could deal with it. Man,
I like this bride.
Is great.
I like this bride a lot.
So during the ceremony, I tried to do that and got the most outlandish looks from the Amish guests. Many of them would try to hide their faces or not be in the photos. I felt so awkward and out of place, like no one wanted me there, but I was just trying to do my job for the bride and groom. Fast forward to the after party, most of the teen and young adult Amish kids stayed after to dance to some raunchy music, and I even caught a few of them drinking and smoking. Wild.
Some of the Amish.
The Amish.
I mean, there's a spectrum of obedience in every religion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Amish, please correct me if I'm wrong here, how I understand it, is their bishops...
Would the Amish be listening to this podcast?
Maybe. Well, maybe if their bishops kind of control the level of strictness that you abide by. So some Amish, they literally don't do anything electric. In Pennsylvania, they had to, by law, add refrigerators to their
houses
because of some health codes. So they had to.
Oh.
And they also, all the horse and buggies had to add turn signals.
The horse and buggies have turn signals?
Yeah, they have to by law. So that they have to abide by some of our national things. But some of the bishops, you can, like some Amish we met, literally no electric, no nothing.
Really?
Some were in Nikes and had credit cards and iPhones.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Some have phones and some don't.
But I believe it's the bishop who decides his community's strictness, I think.
Okay. This reminds me of the ultra Orthodox Jewish wedding.
Yeah.
Good
example.
I was not accustomed to that at all. But I will say, I have never, ever in my life seen people dance as
Jews
hard
are crazy.
as the ultra Orthodox Jewish wedding that I
went
to.
They know how to dance.
From like midnight to 4 a.m. It was like the Yiddish version of like Turn Down for One. Yeah, and Gasolina, like the hardest animal by Mark. For 4 hours, and they were just going. Smoking. Like what?
No, the Jewish community is crazy. I love it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a shock. But yeah.
Also reminds me of being out of place. I was thinking about our Florida wedding where we had to film an after day pool party or beach party.
Yes.
And I think we wore collared shirts. That was problem number one.
We did. We didn't. Yeah, we came home from that wedding.
Everyone's in their bathing suits, and no one wants a camera on them. Yeah. And then top it off, we were in collared shirts. I think it just.
We came home from that wedding saying we really need some like beach attire. Like this luxury thing's great, but like let's pipe it.
Think it through.
You can still be luxury and shoot on a beach, not in a suit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we were in like collared shirts.
So I feel you on being uncomfortable.
People just did not want to be. Yeah.
But also like, sorry, Amish. if you're gonna be at a wedding that's not an Amish wedding, welcome to the world type of thing. Like you're gonna be on camera probably.
Well, it was
Get over yourself.
It was but the bride and groom weren't Amish, but it was an Amish wedding. So how does that work?
Well, they had Amish probably friends. I mean, if you live in Pennsylvania, it's probably in Pennsylvania.
Think so?
Or on the other side of the freeway in Provo.
Are there Amish people on the other side of Provo?
Yeah.
There are?
Yeah, every time I go to the Provo airport, there are
That's
Amish
an
walking
Amish
down the
community?
street. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're kidding
There's a
me.
few houses Amish, yeah. I always see the Amish. I see, yeah.
Huh.
I've never seen a horse and buggy, but I see them walking all the time. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I understood it as like maybe the bride and groom
But in PA,
were
it's where
Amish.
most of the Amish are. Which, fun fact, a lot of the Amish came out to vote this year.
That's
There
what I
was
heard.
one
I
Amish
kept-
guy
I
who
kept
like went to
hearing
the Amish communities and got everyone registered to vote.
Do they not usually vote?
No.
They don't engage
I think
in
he
politics?
registered thousands of people, Amish
Really?
people to vote, yeah.
Hmm.
For Trump. If anyone's curious.
I these are all new Amish facts
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, yeah.
Fascinating.
The best donut I've ever had was from
I
the Amish
guarantee it was Amish.
in the Reading Terminal Market.
Man.
Yeah, in Philly.
No, I know
Yeah.
for a fact the cheese, Amish cheese, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm
Amish
sure I haven't
bread,
had it.
fantastic.
Yeah. On my mission, we knocked on an Amish door, and they were ready. They know their Bible better than
Than anybody.
me. So we didn't go back.
Just straight Old Testament back.
Dang. You know your
Got
verses.
me there.
Yeah, on page 14 of your version. I'm like, what, you have our version and yours memorized? No, they're such nice people. Some of
Yeah.
the nice people I've ever met are Amish people.
Have you ever spoken with a Freemason?
Maybe, I don't think so.
I spoke with a Freemason, man.
Mm.
That dude knew his Bible. He knew the Book of Mormon better than I did too.
Wow.
I was a Mormon missionary. He's like, oh yeah, turn to. I was
Wow.
like, teach me.
Yeah, the Masons are crazy
Yeah.
too.
Anyway, kind of fun.
I would love to take you to Philly and give you an
I'd
Amish
love to go
donut,
to
though.
Philly. Yeah. Oh man.
The Reading Terminal Market is a national treasure when she's running away.
Wait, who's the national treasure?
In national treasure scene when they're running
Oh.
away,
Yeah.
and the girl jumps over the counter, and that black lady goes like, "Who you hiding from, Baldy?" You know that scene?
Yeah.
That's the Reading Terminal Market.
No way.
Yeah,
So you've been there,
yeah. Great food, great cheesesteaks.
dude.
Yeah, it's kind of like the place in New York we went and got tacos at.
Number one, Los Tacos.
Yeah,
Los
kind of
Tacos
that
number one?
vibe. Yeah, just like a
Okay.
bunch of things
Yeah, yeah.
happening in the room, but way more chaotic. Also, yeah, we went to that one place. Anyway, okay, next story. Short one, right?
Yeah.
Videographer submitted this story. Hey guys, after my second wedding, I was editing the audio from the groom's mic, and I can hear the groom crying to one of his groomsmen saying, "I don't think I can do this, man. I don't love her. I don't want to hurt her."
Oh man.
Made me tear up a little.
Oh,
That's it. That's the submission.
that is a short story. That is a dagger to the heart. Did he do it?
I would love some closure here.
Yeah, something.
Kind of awkward
Give us a
hearing that
bookend.
after the fact, like you're editing the video, delivering it.
Kind of affect the way you.
Oh, it's hard to film off of that audio. Make a radio sound over it, make it like cinematic, and then he went through with it.
I don't want to do
You
it.
must be good.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to hurt her. That goes to. I do.
Okay, so Nathan, you're. I mean, I'm happily married.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you going to make me the groom?
Happily married here. I tell my wife I want to marry her every
Again.
single weekend.
Yeah.
So in this made up world,
Yeah.
I'm presenting. I'm getting married. I say this to you as my best man. What's your job? Do you say it's doubt? You love her. You're here. You got this, man.
First off,
Or do you listen to me and say
well,
I should be the bride?
you're right. How about we get married?
Right.
Is there alcohol involved?
Pull out your dress.
Is there alcohol? Is this the alcohol speaking? You know, maybe you got the yips.
Maybe.
I mean, the cold feet. That's
Sure.
the thing. I mean, I had a friend who just,
Name his name.
he's a very close friend of mine. And he actually,
Did he go to high school with you?
yes.
I can get this down to one person. Was he in your bridal party?
Yes.
Did we play Smash with him?
I think so.
Okay. I'll clip this and send it to him
Um,
so his wife can.
anyway, there's a happy, I mean, she knows all about it.
Okay.
So he started dating her. And he was like, I'm going to marry this girl. And they like get to the point where he was going to propose. He got cold feet, left.
At the wedding?
No. Sorry, this is not at the wedding. This is not at the wedding. But he like broke off, the relationship. Was like, dang, I actually really liked her. I want to get back together. So he got back together, repaired things, got to the point again, bought the ring, got cold feet, broke it off. Yeah. So that was the really dark time. And that's when he realized, like, I actually effed up. Like, I want to marry her. He had some couple months to think on it, and she was like, I need space. And so it was really hard to get her back that last time. But he's like, I'm for sure doing it. And then they got back together. They got married. They're happily married.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a roller coaster, to say the least. But I'm just saying that because, like, cold feet do exist.
Sure. Well, it sounds like he had to work on himself more than it was her problem.
Yeah, but like sometimes like there's so much pressure leading up to the marriage, and then once you get married, it's just like, why was I so nervous?
Right.
It's just like life is just the same, just with your best friend.
But to say I've never loved her.
Is that what the story said? I don't love her. I don't think I can do this, man. I don't love her. I don't want to hurt her. If you were to say to me,
marrying her out of guilt because you're afraid to hurt someone.
If you were to say to me, I don't love her and I don't want to hurt her.
I just don't know how to say that to her, and so I'm going to go through with this.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line between being like, I'm nervous, like, is this the right decision? And saying, I don't want to do this.
I don't know if I'm ready for marriage.
I don't love her. I don't want to hurt her. That's where I think it would be like, shoot, man, like, I don't know what to say to you.
Follow me to the bride's quarters.
I mean, there's no easy answer. I mean, you could be the groomsman that says, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe like, or you can be the groomsman and say, hey, man up, come on, like, screw your head on. Of course you love her. You wouldn't be here if you didn't.
I think the language was like, I don't know if I'm ready for marriage. I don't know if I want to do this. I'm not really sure about all this. It's like, yo, pull yourself together. You got this.
Yeah.
But I think if it is like, I don't love her and I just don't know how to hurt her, and it's like you're marrying her because
you're afraid.
You're a wussy.
Yeah, maybe that's the word. Coward.
Yeah, coward, and you don't know how to like break it off, and so you're going through with this out of guilt. That's pathetic to me.
Yeah.
But what would I do?
That's a hard one.
I think you just gotta grab him by the neck and say, like, look me in the eye and tell me you don't love her. Because if that's true, we gotta go talk to her and tell her. Because she does not deserve that.
Right.
She deserves way better than that.
If you get married, you're gonna get divorced within a year.
Yeah, she deserves, before she vows to you,
Someone
to know that.
Her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Just give him a good shake.
Yeah.
And if you were to
punch him in the balls.
In this imaginary scenario, if you were to say with tears in your eyes, I don't love her, I'd be like, okay. You confirmed it. Let's go talk to her. But if it was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it, oh yeah, you're right.
Love is like, yeah.
Because if you're there at the altar, like you've obviously felt some feelings of love
real,
to get there. Yeah. Dang. How'd the edit turn out?
Yeah. How are they doing nowadays?
That's got to affect the way you picture.
I like the other story who gave us like a conclusion. Like,
I do.
By the way, they're married, they have kids, they're happy, they love each other.
Maybe we'll put that on the form.
Yeah. Please give us some closure.
Yeah, give us some closure.
Yeah.
Which the form still says weather instead of weather. Like, how's the weather?
I'm only human, you guys.
Yeah. No, I just
here's a current event for you.
Yeah.
I broke her lens.
Yeah.
No, the new one you just bought me.
No, you didn't. Not a chance. I was about to say, not a chance.
Imagine.
Dude, if you had that one broken. Oh.
No, I dropped the lens back in May at Erica and Jace's wedding. I dropped the camera, and we inspected the camera because, $4,000 camera. It was all fine. Had a chip in the corner. I guess the lens took the hit. And I forget that these lenses are made on glass planes, and if they shift, it's over, and it shifted.
Didn't crack the glass. It just
and seriously, if it was anything under like a 4.0 aperture, the focal plane was completely effed up. So,
which you kind of liked for a little bit, like, man, it's like a little tilt
cool.
shift. It did look,
but like you kind of want like your timeless look.
Yeah.
And then it was bothering me because I would film like a family portrait, and literally 3 of the 4 out of focus.
Yeah.
And that you just can't have that.
They're on the same plane this way, but
so
there's out of focus.
So I sent it in to be fixed. Got the text back saying it'd make more sense to buy a new one.
Thanks, Sony.
Which actually wouldn't have, but it would save me like $100. Yeah.
Our wallet is $2,000 lighter.
Yeah.
But hey.
Yeah, the repair was going to cost $1,800.
So
And I
it
was
the
like,
same as the
okay.
new lens.
So yeah, I was like almost the same. But then my fear is like,
Is it really
is it
new?
really
Yeah.
fixed?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just buy a new one.
Yeah. With 2-year protection this time. I did not. do
So
that
if
last time.
anything happens, please break it within the first 2 years. I swear, with your
So my
luck,
jokes about
with
Nate breaking things are only going to get worse because
No, I was about to say I accept your apology.
I gotta
If this
push
is your
my narrative.
If this is
I don't know if
your
it's like really an
apology,
apology.
because the backstory to this is
now the I break gear, Nate loses it.
that's the new narrative. When in reality, it's always been me breaking it and Jake losing it. But now Jake breaks it, and he can't be the breaker and the loser. So now I'm the guy who loses it.
I'm going to push my narrative to the day I die. I don't care.
But our fellow
Nothing has to be founded in
podcasters,
truth anymore.
the backstory to this is I dropped the Zhiyun. What is that? What is that light? The little. What is that called?
That's one of the backstories, sure.
The Mollis X100.
It's one of the
That is
many.
the one thing
And my 1DX and 7200.
that I did not drop. Well,
Well,
they took a tumble. Yeah, they did
you
take
dropped
a
it.
tumble, but it was fine.
You were holding it, and
It
then you
was
weren't.
fine.
What do you want to call
Are we talking
it?
about Chelsea and Chad?
Yeah.
It fell
You were
over,
holding it, and
it
then
was
you
fine.
weren't. What do you want to call that if not dropping?
It was on the tripod. I didn't drop it. The tripod blew over.
Monopod.
You saw it was the
You were-
tripod. No, it was a tripod.
Which begs the question, how did you drop a tripod?
I didn't drop it. I set it up.
Here's
a
what Nate was
little
doing.
unsteady
Nate
ground.
was like,
it was a little unsteady ground.
No, you were. Remember? You're like, trying to give me a
It
heart
was a
attack. And I was
tripod.
like,
No, it was a tripod.
And then you didn't grab it, and it fell.
No, 100% it was a tripod.
right?
Because I
but
remember
you were
like,
intentionally acting like it was falling.
I was pretending,
And then
you know,
just
a little joke,
Here we go.
a little
The truth.
joke, pretending like it was
Sure.
going to fall over, and then I put it down on some unstable ground, and
That's
I
not
walked
how I
off.
remember it.
And I walked
You
off.
were standing right
and
by
then
it.
I see your face. You go, oh, and I turn around, and it just goes, good. And it's just like,
Nothing you could
hey,
tell me.
but nothing broke.
This was a Manfrotto tripod, by the way.
Nothing broke.
You're right. The 1DX is a tank.
Yeah, it is a tank. It sure is.
And so are those old 7200s. Those things couldn't break.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
so
that's when it
just beware
started.
of Jake's narrative here. So
Well.
for those listening, you'll know. But you know, those on Instagram, they're always like,
You broke your Ronin.
what? When?
Cabo. Or Cancun.
I did break that after you broke your camera in Venice.
Okay, the Venice broke. The
My
strap
Ronin broke.
Yeah, you're right. I'll give you that one, actually. Yeah.
So
but yeah, Nate had to go buy a new lens for me.
listen, Daddy's got it. All right.
We
okay.
might. I think I might buy the 35.
35 is a beautiful lens. Wait, swap the 50 for the 35?
I don't know.
I
wish I had a shoot coming up.
I mean,
maybe for a December shoot, I'll rent the 35 for the
See how
weekend
it
and see
goes?
how it looks.
we should do a 35-50.
I think that'd be a freaking mood.
35 and a 50
Yeah,
combo.
I think that would be a really good mood.
I think the 50
Then
is
85,
too good.
kind of like a 24, like you bust it out when you want to get a few.
Yeah. I think the 50 is always
It's
kind of
just
like
too
a
good,
good,
yeah.
just the focal.
But just these more of these photographers we work with, I just need to be a little bit wider for them.
Man, we haven't talked about, well, I mean, well,
Yeah,
I guess-
Well, all to say,
yeah.
I think a lot of photographers are leaning more towards the wider
The
look.
wide,
So
yeah.
we just gotta adapt or
Yeah,
die.
no.
So
I think a 35 and 50 and like 35, 50, and 85, those three lenses working together on a wedding,
it's
I think that would be beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I do want the 35. So yeah, let's try it out in
See how it
California. Yeah. Also, just came to mind, current event. You
Yeah.
went to Hawaii
I did go to Hawaii.
last week.
Why didn't we think of that? The
Guys,
last minute
our-
elopement.
We booked a wedding on Sunday of last week, and Nate flew out on Tuesday.
that was crazy.
It was a last minute elopement. They pushed their wedding up a whole year because of some family health issues. They wanted to go to Hawaii and elope. Paid one of our top packages,
yeah.
and Nate went there and with the 3-person team. and
This
just-
was like an elopement.
Elopement,
Literally,
elopement.
it was just them. It was the bride and the groom. There wasn't even a family friend as the officiant. It was a local who was a friend of the photographer / planner.
in Maui.
Yeah, in Maui. And so it was just a one-day thing. Started at 10 a.m., ended at 6 p.m. That was it.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful though. This is a great time to talk about those little fuzzy things for the tentacles. Live and die by those things.
Mhm.
the cliffs that we were on, we might as well have been underwater. Like it was right there on the waves. It wasn't like Oregon, how we were a couple 100 feet in the air. It was right there.
Yeah.
Like the tide would come up and it would probably be too late to do that at 8 p.m. or whatever. And it was insanely windy. It was probably like 35 mile an hour
Crazy.
gusts of wind, and the waves just pounded. And I couldn't even hear them 5 feet away.
Were you just filming it, praying?
Yeah, dude. I
trust these.
seriously, I was just like, I hope this worked, but I did everything I could. So there was that sense of like calm. Like if it doesn't work, I did everything I could. I don't know what else.
Did you mic her?
I mic'd the bride, I mic'd the officiant, and I mic'd the groom.
Okay.
I double mic'd
With
the
the
groom.
thigh strap?
No. So what? Remember
Or
what we
she
did?
just stood?
Remember what we did with me and Kayla?
Just-
Kayla just stood over it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the bride was mic'd up.
That's right, yeah.
Every single one of them had the fuzzy on them.
Yeah.
The groom had a
Bumblebees,
TX660.
Maybe if
And
there's one sponsor I would like, it would be Bumblebee.
that's a great thing. Yeah.
We should email them.
We will. But yeah, listening back, I was shocked,
Same,
man.
yeah.
Officiant sounded great. Groom sounded great. The bride sounded okay. And the reason for that, I realized afterwards,
Lot
is that,
mic's really low.
yeah, it was really low, but also I had to put it on her dress at the sternum. And the way that it was see-through, it was totally transparent. So the fuzzy side was facing her chest,
But wind was still
but the
getting
wind was
through.
still getting through the dress.
Shouldn't the dress be a wind blocker?
It wasn't. It was just like completely the fabric was just like completely
Gotcha.
transparent, like sheer. And so she still sounded like passable, but the
Mm-hmm.
groom's mic picked it up like beautifully.
Maybe we should have put it on the cup.
I know, that's why I thought when I
After the
left, I was
fact,
like,
yeah.
dang, yeah, probably should have been a cup.
Yeah.
But dude, those things are life. I will
Yeah.
live and die by those
Crazy.
things. So stay tuned. We might get a little sponsorship by Bumblebee and hook you up with a discount.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
No, that's awesome. The trailer looked great.
It was a
Posting
beautiful
that
wedding.
soon. Yeah. That was a cool current event. Came from our TikTok that went viral.
Down in Morgan's.
Yeah, so we had this TikTok go viral of Down Morgan's elopement-esque video in Oregon. And I haven't done a full count, but we had probably, I think, 60 inquiries coming from it. 60 inquiries.
Crazy.
Now, of those 60,
Yeah.
half ghosted us. 30, I think we're just kind of like curious,
Just what's the pricing?
probably out of their budget, probably, you know.
likelihood.
Which still, for half, the remaining 30, of those 30, I'd say 15 of those like emailed back with something like
Something,
wanted
like
to make it
date.
work, didn't.
Yep.
Those 15 who emailed us back, I think we've booked 7.
So like a 10% conversion, which is fantastic.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe 6. But yeah, it's hard to tell because some planners, I think, that just like open the door to planners to see us. I don't know. So it's just
I don't
like,
know.
and sadly, I didn't add like how you heard about us on our inquiry form
Right.
until after that, and I added TikTok and
Yeah.
because everyone put Instagram, but yeah, so that was one of those I guess I shouldn't say their name, but that couple was one of them who came
Yeah.
from that,
Yeah.
which is just crazy.
Yeah.
And you and I were always kind of like, yeah, TikTok's,
TikTok's whatever.
yeah, because we've had videos over on TikTok before, nothing came from it, but
For the most part, TikTok doesn't convert well, but
No.
I guess in this case, it just
yeah.
went crazy.
And I think what I learned from that too is that I think you get someone to feel an emotion
Yeah.
the way down on Morgan's video, because that was a very personal video for us.
Very much
Very
so.
personal video.
Yeah.
And because of that, it just took a whole different level of emotion and then them reacting to it, people sing, people crying about their wedding video. You just want that for you.
Yeah, you do.
You know? I remember Parker always talked about this too at FTF. He always said like his biggest wedding video, which still gets some inquiries, that the one you helped him with,
Yeah.
shaking the
Yeah,
branches. People want that video for them. They know they don't look like that, but they
They
know
just
their
see how
wedding won't
beautiful
be
it
like
is.
that. But they just they think that because Parker did it for someone, they could do it for them.
Right.
And so this couple, they know that they don't have the same story as Dallin and Morgan, and the same look, the same vibe, the same aesthetic of a wedding. I mean, Oregon and Hawaii are way different.
Yeah.
But they know, they trust that we can create an emotion.
The same emotion
Yeah,
that
a
you gave them.
personable, yeah.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was like a wake up call for our brand. It's like, I want every film to feel that way. At some level, you feel like, wow, like my love story is being shown
Yeah.
more so than it's like a recap of my weekend
Yeah.
of weddings, you know? So yeah, it was really cool.
Which has led to some conversations about outsourcing versus doing it all in house.
Yeah. More to come on that later for sure.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. So I had a vacation planned and I didn't want to give it up. So Nate just flew out. I was like, it's yours if
Last
you want
second,
it.
it's like just straight out to
Yeah,
Hawaii.
so cool. I love how we were recapping our week and
Didn't
we were
even
literally
think
in
about
Hawaii.
It just feels like
5 days.
it just feels like so much has already happened since then.
Yeah.
You just kind of like,
Crazy.
yeah, no, Hawaii was a good one.
Yeah. No,
Really
good times.
Yeah.
You got a pass for me.
Oh shoot, I think I do.
think so.
Yeah, I think I do. Let's see here, Jacob. Sorry, I should have been a little more prepared. All right. Let me get you a good one here.
I really want to have Larev on after Emma.
I would love them.
Larev, Jason, J-Mac for sure.
All right, Jacob.
Maybe some planners. Be kind of cool to have planners on.
Maybe we get Erica on here. I don't know.
We could. I bet she would.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. If you've made it this far in the episode, I think we've talked the first 20 minutes about my wife's dietary preferences and movies. If you made it this far, we appreciate you, and this is the pass. And we're going to try to get to the bottom of something today, Jake.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
So this is the question. Should a second shooter receive credit / social media tags for a piece of content they helped film under your brand?
Should they know? Is it
Really?
like a nice thing to do? Yes.
Okay.
But are they entitled to it? If that's the question, no.
Okay,
Which
so they're
sucks.
not entitled. So
Which
you
sucks.
you help shoot for someone else's brand. Let's say you shot, you
We're talking about
edited
second shooting or associate shooting?
either.
Okay.
Well, I guess those are two different things.
Yeah.
Let's say you associate shot.
No. It sucks, but I think the entitlement, no. I think it's on the owner to throw them a bone after the
I
fact.
agree. I agree. If you're associate shooting,
Which sucks though.
you're basically being whitelisted. If you're
Yeah,
associate
white
shooting,
labeled.
yeah, white labeled. And yeah, I mean, you're getting paid your day rate. Hopefully, you're getting paid great. So it's like, what do you really have to complain about? It's you're getting paid. What if you're second shooting though?
Even more so, no.
Really?
I think, yeah. I don't think you're entitled to it. I think there was a conversation about like, hey, can I use some of this footage for my own stuff?
Yeah.
And yes or no. Kind of depends on the level you're in. I mean, I think it's kind of cool. I mean, at this stage in our business, I think it's really cool when you're listening to all the vendors
Yeah.
to add additional, like cinematography
cinematography
by
this
so-and-so.
person,
Yeah. Like Runaway Vows and
behind
so-and-so.
the scenes, so
I think
and
it's cool.
so,
Yeah.
like planner. Yeah, yeah.
So for me, I want to
Cake.
start doing that more.
Yeah.
But entitled, I don't think so. Like I wouldn't invite them to collaborate on a post.
No, I don't think
You
no
know.
collaborate. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? I definitely see the argument for the entitlement, but
I see.
I also think that like we just second shot with somebody, and I know for a fact if we didn't shoot, it wouldn't have mattered. Like we added to the edit, I'm sure,
We were just extra.
but I
cameras.
also know for a fact that
they
the
didn't
edit
need us.
would have lived without
Right.
our camera footage.
I think I agree. Yeah. I
All
think
to say, sorry, I think
Yeah.
most second shooters are overhyped and overpaid.
yeah, overpaid for sure. I would say if you're an associate, no. Because I mean that's why you're being hired.
Yeah.
If we are reaching out, if we're like triple booked
Yeah.
and we need somebody, usually this isn't the case. Usually Larev has done this. Like
Yeah.
they've hired us to associate shoot. But if we ever had to like hire them, as established and credible as they are, like it's still kind of expected that it's like, hey, this was our wedding, our branding, like the fruits of our efforts.
Right.
It's associate work. Here's the contract sort of thing, and that's kind of like how it works. So yeah, associate work, no. What?
Don't you think that same thing applies to second shooters?
Yeah, I think it's second
They
shooter.
show up and do an easier job than you, but they
Yeah.
haven't had to do with contracts
Yeah.
and inquiries and posting and
Yeah.
business management and taxes. Like, it's still the fruits of your labor, and
Yeah.
they're literally just adding another angle.
I think totally, but the part where I kind of struggle with is if you're hired to shoot and let's say edit as well. So like what happens if let's say we got hired. No, let's say we hired someone else. And they shot, and let's say they had like also an editing team and it was like a same day edit. It's like a full production. Let's say we hired Jason and his team. I would feel like almost inclined to say, yeah, we're going to post it. It's going to be our wedding still, but I would feel more inclined to be like, we just shot this wedding for so-and-so planner. It was great like this. I would also feel inclined to put like like same day editing this company.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess for like
editor
just shooting,
or a second shooter.
That's for the editing.
Because I think that's like a whole other like
that's
added
a different
production. I do think like that would be kind of a nice. But again, entitlement, no. But I do think it's a great courtesy to say, like,
you're not entitled to it.
I couldn't have done what my client asked me to do. Maybe this is how you say it. Like, did someone come onto your team to do something that you couldn't physically do?
Yeah.
That your client was paying you to do.
Right.
And if it was like a same day edit or a live edit, like when an athlete comes and does their same day edits,
yeah,
we literally cannot do that without him.
Right.
Then absolutely.
Right.
But if it's like second shooters, not all the time, but sometimes it's like, yeah, like maybe they came for a few hours or yeah, they were nice. They set my tripods. I could have done that and been more stressed about it. But I didn't. Thank you type of thing. I don't know if like, I'd say they really added much other than maybe a little bit off my plate.
I think so too.
Versus like when an athlete comes on or he's, we're up late editing. It's like, yeah, like same day edit or like also why not? Like why not say vendor tags, cinema, runaway vows, photography, planner, and then towards the bottom, cinematographer, so-and-so,
why not?
Editor, so-and-so.
Why not?
I've been tagging gamut recently too. Color gamut.
Why not? I think the fear is that, it's just kind of like, selfish. If we hired someone, like we tagged someone else instead of us, like we just feel like, oh crap, what if they get the credit instead of us and they get the weddings? I think that's what it all kind of boils down to is
an ego thing.
Everyone wants the clout for it. Yeah.
Which makes sense. If you're working hard to build your brand, then someone's like, oh,
yeah,
did you shoot that? No.
Right. You worked for it.
Oh, I'll just hire them.
Yeah. So I think it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But I've also never heard of someone getting hired because they found them as like the second, hey, I saw you were tagged as a second videographer in this. Never heard of that.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting question. I think it's kind of just your business courtesy.
Yeah.
I also think I want people to work for us, or if they second shoot for us here and there, I want them to like love doing it and want to do it again and possibly reserve a weekend for us over their own gig. So I want to just like take care of them. Yeah. And know that like, yeah, we're going to shout you out. We're going to love you.
Right.
And it could also just be as simple as like when we just shot with, I guess it's public now, Caleb. He put on his story just like a thank you to the team who helped shoot that weekend.
Yeah, a little.
I think that was like plenty too.
Goes a long way. Yeah.
Like, so I think like things like that go a long way.
Because we did have people reaching out, be like, oh my gosh, you guys were with Caleb? Like, that was cool. And we're just like, yeah. And that's,
but we're not going to get a gig that.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. Not even close.
No.
You kidding me?
No, I think I would turn that down.
Shouldn't even be in the same conversation.
You shouldn't hire us.
Give us 10 years. Yeah. No, but like, yeah, I agree. So.
Yeah.
But then like, if it's like, okay, not Caleb, someone like, that we're definitely maybe more in the runnings with. Even then, like, thank you, Runaway Vows, for helping us shoot. I don't think anyone's going to come to us and over the person.
Right.
Because they look at them as like, oh, well, if Runaway Vows is being used by them, I want to use them, I don't know. I could be just...
Yeah. I think it's less of a big deal than people... Yeah.
Does that answer the question?
No, it answers the question. I think a little too much. Yeah. No, I think it's just like, I think we put way too much like stress on that. It's like, oh my gosh, do I tag this person? What if I tag them and they get it? It's like, just tag the people that were there if you want. Like,
yeah. I think second shooters also need to check their ego at the door too.
Yes, that's a different conversation.
And not show up with that expectation.
I think
show up, do your job, and leave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a entire.
We should expect anything.
We should have an whole episode on that. I think second shooters need to be, you're overpaid, I'd say.
Yeah. Man, you know what I wish existed back in 2017, 2018 for us was Second Society.
Dude.
Like, I can't even, like, That's just genius.
So actually, funny you say that because when I went to Maui, first place I went was Second Society. Yeah. Second Society, they only had like a couple of people in Maui, but
Surprised they had people in Maui.
I know, just the fact that they had people in Hawaii on that specific island of Maui.
So what did you
was
search? Price or camera gear or
it was kind of
availability? It's tomorrow.
Seriously, as far as I was able to tell, like on Second Society, there's no feature to search location, which is weird because I thought that existed, but when I went to try and find that, it was either searching for a job or searching for a videographer. And when you search for a videographer, it's like when is the event happening? You select it, and then the event was already like happening, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just kind of like scrolled through every single like person. I just saw Hawaii, and from that though, I didn't find the exact second shooter I wanted, which I know was going to be the happy ending of this story. But I found a Hawaii shooter, and through her pipeline, I was able to like use her network to connect with.
Well, tell her to join Second Society.
Yeah, I did. I told her. I was like, hey, you need to be on Second Society, and he joined after I told him.
That's awesome.
Second Society is beautiful, a great thing.
But like same with Second Society, I think you should be joining Second Society to get reps in, get hours in, not expecting clout to come from it. Not to say I'm gonna get in. You know, I'm on Second Society and Emma K hires me. Now I'm in with Emma K's clients. Like that shouldn't be your purpose. It should just be to get hours in, to learn how to shoot, build your network with Emma or us or whoever you're second shooting for. And I think that they just make money, like just as you get your business off the ground, you know, unless you want to be a full-time second shooter, which would be cool. Yeah.
No, that would have been great in 2016, 2017.
I would have died, dude, if
I
could
just so great. Just find out wherever you need to go.
No, because I would love to second shoot more often next year. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, I know Sam's been doing it a lot this year. Yeah, just been loving it. Yeah,
second shooting's fun.
Yeah, props to Second Society. I think it's a genius idea. Wish I would have thought of it.
Well, Jacob, we have hit the hour-minute mark. This was a bit of a longer episode than what we've been doing recently, but I think there was some good little
tidbits,
some tidbits, some nuggets in there.
Also, last closing thing. Yeah, closing. I watched The Grinch last night. Have you watched it yet?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, really?
I usually wait till December.
Kenzie asked. I was like, oh, he's probably already watched it.
I usually wait till December 1st, but in the past couple of years, I've started putting up the Christmas tree early. And
whenever when we put our Christmas tree up, we usually watch The Grinch.
One of my top 3 movies. It's like maybe for a long time it was always my number one, but it's
No, watching it last time, I was like, this may be one of the best movies ever made.
It really is, man. Jim Carrey's The Grinch was my number one for a long time. It still might be, but I have to throw in the others in the running just because they're pure cinema masterpieces. But The Grinch by Jim Carrey arguably is the best movie of all time.
Yeah. I always thought he was saying tough crowd. He says hot crowd.
Hot crowd, yeah. Hot crowd. No, you got to watch it with subtitles. You get something new every time.
So Kylie, Kenzie's sister, she's been saying this phrase this week, and I was like, what? She keeps going, yeah. Like, you ask her a question, kind of like sassy, just, yeah. I was like, why do you keep saying that when we're in Arizona? She's like, oh, it's from The Grinch. I was like, no, it's not.
What part of The Grinch?
And she pulls up the scene where he prank calls the mailman. Is your Sub-Zero refrigerator running? And he goes, yeah.
Well, then you better go catch it.
On the other end of the phone, you just hear, yeah. Better go catch it. I was like, that's the line you picked up from this movie that you've been saying all week?
That's a great part.
Your my Sub-Zero refrigerator running.
Sub-Zero chillerator running. Well, I suppose. Well, then you I quote that whole movie. Yeah, I'll probably watch it tonight, though.
So good.
So good. So good.
One man's toxic sludge is another man's potpourri.
I don't know, some kind of soup.
Great movie. All right, you guys. As always, if you want to submit your stories to the podcast, link is below. And Black Friday next week, Digital Assets, Lutz, Gamut is doing a 30% off sale. And then if you use Runaway 10 at checkout, you get an extra 10% off next week for Black Friday, which I think starts actually today. Yeah. So if you want to utilize Black Fridays for Gamut and get an extra 10% off, Runaway 10 at checkout. But we'll also be selling our course, Through the Lens, Digital Assets, brand new sound effects pack with double the sound effects. Has what, 120 now?
I think it's 122, 123.
It's only going to get bigger. Everything is on sale. So pick it up, and we will see you next week.
For Thanksgiving. Wait, no.
Should we be in turkey costumes?
This will be.
It is nice not to be in a cow costume.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. The week after this will be next.
Did you throw yours away?
Thanksgiving. No, I still have it.
Oh, I threw mine away.
Anyway,
All right.
happy Thanksgiving next week.
All right. Cut.